My name is James, and this is Convo, encouraging conversations that matter.
You are watching The Convo with Dr. Frida and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversations that matter.
And today we're going to talk about a new topic that maybe probably we've not, we've never mentioned about this topic we've never mentioned this topic. We've been discussing quite a number of things gone to marketing, but we've never spoken of anything to do with research. And today we want to discuss something we call user experience research. And I'm not alone because I have my friend who want to help me, digest this topic and so that we can understand it in a better way. And I'm looking forward to a very interactive session. And I want to request, if you have questions, please kindly, you can always write to us. You can always put them as a comment or inbox us. I'll also give my email, where you can actually email if you have some more questions regarding what you're going to discuss about. So again, I want to request you, if you are watching from YouTube, kindly consider subscribing. And also if you're on Facebook, like the video, share with your friends, let your friends know that we are live and we are discussing user experience research. And you know what? If you are preparing or you are coming up with a product or service, for your customers, you need to understand what your customer wants. You have to understand what your customer needs are. And that's where user research comes in. And without wasting so much time, I just want to bring in my, guest who has quite a number of, knowledge when it comes to user experience, and he'll help us digest this topic. And also we understand, why is it important to you as a business? Why is it important to you as a person who is doing a lot of marketing for your product? Or if you are developing a product or a service, and you're targeting some people, why is it important? And I believe that the conversation you're going to have is going to be beneficial to you. It's going to impact your business, and it's going to impact your overall, experience when it comes to your customers. So I want to invite Angelina. Angelina, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful today.
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is Convo, and at Convo, we encourage conversations that matter. And when we talk about customers and, businesses being able to, thrive online, being able to thrive on their businesses, it becomes very important that they understand who their customers are. True. And their experiences.
True.
So that's why we thought that we need to have this conversation to help everybody who is having a small business or want to put his blood into another level, to understand what customers want. So maybe without really so much time, you can introduce yourself to our viewer, tell them who you are, what you do, and why you're so passionate about user research.
All right. Thank you so much, James Wetu.
Yes.
I am happy to be here to talk about this topic that I'm very passionate about. So my name is Angelina Ndongo, that many of my friends call me Angel. In terms of background, educational background or academic background, I am a project manager with a background in technology as my first degree, but with also a very keen interest in psychology.
Psychology.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And so when they meet together, that is where user research or user experience research comes in. Yes.
Wow.
Because it has some aspects of business, psychology, technology, and psychology. Yes.
It's like marketing. I think also marketing has quite an, extensive, areas when it comes to psychology.
Yes.
Attitude, behaviors, and all that stuff. So I think, wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. So I want you to help us understand user experience research. Because as we have said, it's very key for any business, any person who is developing a product, to understand the customers, understand their pains, understand where their priorities are. So maybe you can help us understand, what is user, experience research?
Yes. So maybe I can start with user research as a bigger bucket.
Okay.
So user research, just as it says, it is research about a user. A user is a human being.
So
most
that's
of
a
the time.
person who is you are intending or a person using your product
Yes,
or
using,
service.
right? That's why we are saying user. We're not just saying people or
Yes.
customer, because
Yes.
they are using something. Yes.
Okay.
So you're doing research about that person, about who are they,
Yes.
where are they,
Yes.
because the environment also impacts us a lot.
Yes.
So like maybe if you want to learn about people who come to church, you have to think about the church itself.
Okay.
If you think about people who use a bus, where are they? Where is that bus?
Okay.
So environment is very important. And then you also need to think about what are their needs. What are their needs? With your product or service or without? What are their needs?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
What are their pains related to this need? Right?
Yes.
What are their pains? And also something else I find very important is that
Yes.
what are their goals?
Oh, their goals.
Yes, because someone might have a need, but based on their goal, they might put the need aside. Right? So their goal is very important.
Ah, their goal.
Yes,
Wow, amazing.
yes.
Yeah.
And now also to just get now that bit of psychology in that, what are their motivations?
Their motivations.
Are they even
Wow.
motivated? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So
Okay.
you start asking yourself those questions, and you
Yes.
find yourself coming up with like a profile of that person, that user.
Yes.
And then now when we get in a bit deeper into user experience, like you
Yes.
said, that research is where now you're thinking, this product or this service,
Yes.
this app or this website,
Yes.
this drink that maybe I want to sell to this person, how will they interact with it?
With it.
How will he collect it? What is that experience surrounding that thing you want this user to use?
Yes.
Now that becomes a bit more about the experience. Now, not more about the whole person, but their experience at that
Experience
point.
with the product.
Yes. So the UX becomes like a subset of user research.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And just maybe I want you to maybe elaborate what we mean by, user experience.
Okay. In the bank, let me
Yes.
give an example of a bank here.
Yes.
When you walk into a bank,
Yes.
like these days, if you walk, maybe I will not mention any banks.
Yes.
They have not told us to endorse them. Yeah. Once they
Yeah.
start-
And if they want us to endorse them, they
They
always,
can start,
tell us.
doing it.
Yes.
When you walk into a bank, there are some banks you'll walk in and you just feel like so comfortable. It's like they knew you were coming. It's like they prepared for you to come.
Yes.
There's someone waiting for you there to tell you, come here. Then next there's here. Sometimes there's even nobody. But it is so well designed that you know where to go, what to do without feeling awkward. Am I doing the wrong thing?
Yes.
That is the experience. And even after you leave there, you'll be like, hey, that experience was good.
Yes.
Other banks will make you feel rich. Because even how it looks, it's so clean.
Yes.
The staff are looking so nice.
Yes.
Again, experience. What is that experience that the user has? Now also about the product or the
Yes.
services you're
Yes.
offering.
Yes.
As this person is using it, how is the experience? Is it so hard that they'll walk away saying, hey, it's so hard. I couldn't even do what I wanted. Or they might not even say it, but they might not come back to it.
Sure.
So
sure.
it's better even those ones who say they did not like it, because at least you know. But there are some who won't even know.
Okay.
But when you have the right experience, you'll hear people saying like, it was so easy, or anybody can do it, or they might also start feeling a
We
certain
took
way.
2 minutes to finish.
Yeah, we
It
finished
was-
in
yes.
2 minutes, or they start feeling a certain way. When they come maybe to your app or to your
Yes,
website, or when
yes.
they drink your drink, they all of a sudden feel rich or accomplished.
Yes.
So how that experience with your brand is what we are calling user experience. Yes.
Wow. So it's basically how, an individual feels
Yes.
about the service or
Yes.
the product that you're offering.
Exactly, and the ease of it, so that at the end, how is the perception? How do they? Because you see, perception is everything.
Yes, perception.
Whether
yeah.
it's real or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
how
perception.
they
Yes,
perceive
true,
it.
true.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Wow. Amazing. And I think I can relate what you're saying, that sometimes you can go to an office, maybe you needed a service to a certain service provider, and how they make you feel from the first time, you get into that door, where you
Yes.
meet that receptionist.
Yes.
The entire how they make you feel.
Yes.
Some are very good. They even offer you a cup of tea. If the boss is not available, he'll take you to the boardroom, make sure you're comfortable.
Yes.
And I think that's amazing. That's amazing. So why is it important?
Why is it important?
Why is the user research very important?
Why is user research very important? Number one,
Yes.
and maybe this is the reason why I am so passionate about it. I find it dignifying
Dignified.
that even before you chose to build something for someone or to sell something to someone.
Yes.
You thought about them, right? You thought about, what does this person want? Is this
Yes.
for them?
Uh-huh.
You thought about that person. So number one, I
Yes.
think it's very dignifying, right? It might not
Yes.
be in the books, but personally, I think it's dignifying.
Yes, yes.
Number two, it's very strategic that you're saying, before I start this journey of providing this service or product, or even using this money to build a website or an app for my customer,
Yes.
let me plan ahead. Who is this person I'm building for?
Uh-huh.
I'm planning for. Then you get to know them. So it's
Okay.
very strategic.
Yes.
Number three, the other reason why I'd say it's important,
Yes.
the benefits are real. Let's give an example
Benefits,
now.
yes.
Now we'll start mentioning some brands.
Sure, we
some
can.
brands have
I think
done
we're allowed. They're public and they're everywhere,
Yes.
so we can
and they are
mention
doing
them.
such a good job with
Okay.
user research. I believe it's good to mention them.
Sure.
Like think about Safaricom.
Safaricom, yes.
It's a brand that sometimes you might want to hate, but we can't run away from them.
the fact that
Right? We can't
Yes,
run away
sure,
from them.
Sure, sure.
You're here using a SIM card, your Safaricom,
Yes.
and then before long you want to send some money, you go to the same SIM card,
Yes.
you go and you send M-Pesa. Okay, your salary is late.
Uh-huh.
You go to that same SIM
SIM
card,
card,
that
yes.
part of your phone,
Yes.
you go and you can do M-Shwari loan.
Yes, you can get some.
And they made it even easier. You can Fuliza. You don't even go to M-Shwari loan.
Oh, you Fuliza.
That is user experience. It is so smooth. You don't even realize what you're doing.
Yes.
They've been
Yes.
studying you. They've been studying their market.
Yes.
They know what people want. They know for people to keep using the Safaricom
Yes.
network, we need to provide services around them. You can only do that if you know that user very well.
Yes.
So I'd say they have really invested in that.
Wow.
And your experience after doing it, other than the pinch that you're like, hey, now I have debt. But when you are doing, you are not complaining. It was so smooth.
Yes.
And then when you need to call them, they even give you like short codes. You can just dial *234.
And get the
You
information.
don't even need to wait there 100
Yes.
and wait. No.
Yes.
They are always building for you. So you see, they got to know you.
Yes.
They planned ahead of time.
Yes.
And over time, they are reaping the benefits because we keep coming back. And
Okay.
also, we are reaping the benefits in that you don't have such issues
Wow.
when using them.
Wow.
So the benefits are many. I've just talked about 3.
Uh-huh. Well, and maybe on the same, I would love to ask you, why do you think the brand cares about their user? Why is the user very important
Okay.
that they have to do all these things to appease you?
Yes. So the user here,
Yes.
the user can be the customer.
Yes.
So then you care about your customer because at the end of the day, if they don't buy from you, you're not in business.
Yes.
So you must care about them.
Yes.
Whether you do something about it, but caring for them is a must.
Yes.
And you can care for them before, or you
Yes.
can care for them after you've lost them.
Yes.
I'd say it's better before.
Yes. Yes.
Also, the user sometimes is not the customer. Sometimes the user is your employee. Sometimes it's not always the person who brings you profits.
Yes.
So if you care about that employee, you'll think about, okay, then again, we said goals. What are the goals of your employee? Why are they coming to work?
Yes.
What are their needs? When he gets a salary, what needs does he meet with it?
Yes.
Okay. What are his motivation? What are his pains? So anytime you're thinking like that, you're thinking, okay, then I need to make sure that I don't mess up this balance too much. Because if I mess up with my employee, it will affect my
yeah,
customer.
definitely.
So sometimes the user is not just the person who's bringing you money. Sometimes the user is also the person who is using maybe your website.
Uh-huh.
So maybe
Yes.
they're not necessarily buying,
Yes,
but
yes.
maybe right at that point you want to just create awareness. The user sometimes is the one who's reading your ad.
Yes.
Yeah, like maybe your advertisement ad. If you mean your advertisement maybe on Facebook. Sometimes it can be a child who sees it, maybe
Yes.
on TV, and then they
Yes.
go to their mother and they tag on their mother and they tell their mother,
I need
I
that.
need this. So you see, they're not necessarily your customer, but you know they are on that. It's part of the journey
Yes.
for your product.
Yes.
So now, if I go ahead, I would now start talking about now the journey, the user journey for
Yes.
the person you're targeting. Very important. So
Okay.
those are the benefits of caring about
Okay.
your user.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think at that point, I don't know if you could help us because you've mentioned customer. Could you maybe help differentiate between a customer and now a user?
Yes.
Is there a difference?
Yes. Remember we said like for the bank,
Yes.
when you have a direct when you have direct interactions with
Yes.
your customer,
Yes.
so we normally call them like direct selling points, selling channel, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
direct sales. That one is your customer because you have direct access to. But there's sometimes you don't have that direct access to your customer. Maybe to get to finally to your customer, there are a few people involved. So now those ones we might not call them customer because at
Yes.
the end they're not the ones who
Yes.
who feed into your margins or your
Okay.
profits, but they are very necessary in your channel. So it depends also.
Very necessary
When we
in
come
your
back
channel.
to like marketing, we talk about channels, right?
Yes.
So who are the people involved in your
That
channels?
particular channel, yes.
Also on the background, who are the people maybe who are even making that product? They're still users.
Yeah.
They're still users. You have to consider them. So it's like being a bit more holistic. But of
Yes.
course, we say the most important is the customer.
Customer.
But there are so many processes and people involved to make them happy.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. I hope I hope and I believe that you're learning, all these new terminologies of user experience, user research and all that stuff. And I believe that, if you have questions, kindly consider, putting them down there. Ask us, we'll be able to, assist you. If you need some more clarification, we'll be glad to be able to assist you. Again, kindly choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, we want to go ahead and advance this conversation. I do quite a number of social media ads, and there's some things I always try to, that comes, something to do, A and B, testing. And sometimes we brush it off because we really don't really understand what it means. And before you even go to that, I would love you to help us, explain to us some kind of, what are the methods that I can use to do, user research, or I used to do that kind of research?
Yes, that's a very good question because we
Yes.
can talk about the topic earlier, but
Yes.
if we don't have like some ways to
Yes.
start doing
Yes.
it,
Yes.
then we lose it. Number one, when I want to find out where you bought your shirt or which is your favorite color, what do I do?
You come and ask me.
I ask you.
Yes.
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 So we can choose to call those interviews. We can call them surveys.
Okay.
But basically, we are asking our customers questions
Yes.
that are related to what we want to give to them.
Yes.
They might not be
Yes.
direct question like, should I sell you samosa or mandazi? No. It can be something like, for breakfast, what do you normally take with your tea?
Okay.
Then you learn, okay, so they incorporate a bit of wheat there. So if I introduce a mandazi or a samosa, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so, but maybe they like meat more, only that meat is more expensive. So maybe, you start now asking, but
Yes.
then you come back and now you tweak it to make it more better than
Yes.
even what they are getting out there. Make it unique.
Wow.
So questionnaires, surveys, or even just direct interviews.
Interaction, yeah.
So basically those ones are about questions.
Yes.
But a survey is where you send them,
Yes.
like they answer probably on their own.
Yes.
A questionnaire is where they'll you'll
They
give them
fill
and
them.
they'll fill. An interview is where it's one-on-one.
Yes.
But basically you're asking questions.
Yes.
Another method is observation. You
Observation.
can walk around and start noticing, okay, in this area, people buy this thing a lot. Okay, they buy, there's an advertiser the other day of
Yes.
where they are advertising this unga that has everything mixed, sorghum, millet, everything. That is someone who observed that people, now there are so many cereal shops, and people go
Yes.
there and then they ask the mama there, tuchanganyie hii unga.
Wow.
Mix for us this unga.
You have like 5 different flowers.
Yes.
You buy part of this, part of
Yes.
this, part of this, then you go home, you mix.
Yeah, and then you mix, yeah? So and then you see some mamas won't mix for them. So that lady goes home with like 5 sachets, for 5 packets of different ungas. They start mixing, they don't even know how to mix. And then
Yes.
they came up with a brand. You see, that might be observation. I don't think they went and asked anybody.
I don't know.
Maybe
so.
they just
Yes.
observed,
Yes.
you see?
Yes.
So
yes.
observation is so important. So it's just you. Sometimes when you see something related to your business or when you're around people who are related
Yes.
to your business, keep
Yes.
your eye open. So observation.
Yes.
The other one is where now you actually now start collecting data, maybe using if you have like maybe a website or social media, you start noticing which people are
Yes.
visiting your
Yes.
site. Maybe you're selling something for men, but so many women are coming.
Yes.
You know, and you start asking, why so many women? You see, so I'm selling
Yes.
shoes for men. Then you learn something. Okay.
Yes.
So women are always buying maybe for their men.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that's what happened, but
Yes.
it's just an example. Maybe I can just throw in something for women there.
Okay.
You see, it's another method of learning about your user. So yeah, I started with questions, observing. Some of them are more passive, others
Yes.
are more direct, are more active. I'd say start with the active ones, and then now basically do all of them at the same time.
Yes,
They're not so
yes,
expensive,
yes.
but at the end of it all, have that mindset that I want to learn about my user or my customer as I go along. Yes, so those are three.
Wow. So you talk about observation, and I think that is very key.
Very.
You observe what is happening, and then you can notice some gaps.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, now talk to us about attitudes and behaviors.
Attitudes of the behaviors of us as business owners or of our customers.
From the side of the user.
Okay, on the side of the user.
Yes.
You see, attitude. You said attitude and what and behavior.
Behaviors, yes.
You see, sometimes my attitude about something will affect what I do.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And sometimes also what other people are doing may also affect my attitude. So it can be back and forth, right?
Yes.
So it's good, first of all, to learn as you start what are the attitudes at this point. Because you might go to try to sell someone something somewhere where an attitude around that thing is already so negative. So it will be
become very hard for you to
it's
sell.
failure from the start, right?
Yes.
But if you know it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You can now start thinking, either do I want to work on changing their attitude?
Yes.
Or do I just want to drop it?
Yes.
And maybe sell something that is more. Like
Yes.
now you can imagine going to sell cows. I mean beef sausages in
Yes.
India,
Yes.
right? It's good to just know.
You being for a good shop.
You'll be very shocked, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's better for you to just start with, okay, what are the attitudes?
Yes.
Because that will affect the behavior and even how you change the
How you
behavior.
change,
So
yes.
it's one and then the other one.
Okay.
And then the other thing about attitudes is that, yes, they might have this attitude,
Yes.
but maybe slowly by slowly,
They can change.
yes, they change. And so how can you finally change that behavior? And so change their attitude and then change their behavior. Because
Okay.
at the end, they can change their attitude, but if they don't change their behavior, it still doesn't help you.
Of
Maybe it will help someone
Sure.
else
Yeah,
many
yeah.
years, many years after.
Yes.
So at the end of it, you are aiming for the behavior. Because the behavior is what will make you now come back to your...
So behaviors now become the main
thing.
point that you need to focus on.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. Now, on the same thing, I want to, to help us understand A and B testing. And I think for anybody who is doing a Facebook adverts, and I think even on other, maybe like AdSense and all that stuff, there's that thing that always keep coming in. A and B testing.
Yes.
Maybe can you help us maybe understand what it is,
Yes.
how to take advantage of it, and how maybe to
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me take a step back, just
Yes.
one step back. When we talk about user research,
Yes.
we can divide it into two, first of all.
Uh-huh.
You can say there is the general research where you're not doing that research because of a certain product or
Yes.
service or
Yes.
something. It's just general. You just want to understand.
Yes.
Is there even a market here? You see, there's sometimes people are like, I want to start a business.
Yes.
just start a
And everybody wants to start a
Nifanye
business.
biashara gani? Then I'm like, but which people are there? What are their needs? Because yes, you can follow your neighbor who's doing something, but which need is there? And then both of you fail.
Yes.
Or you can just start with,
Yes.
okay, number one, let me just do general research.
Yes.
Like which groups of people are here?
Yes.
What are their needs?
Yes.
What are their pains?
Yes.
Okay, so if I started with, so from there you can discover an idea, a product that you can start,
Okay.
and then you can say this product is for this specific target group.
Yes.
So you can notice there are a lot of mamas with small children, and I've noticed all of them. Yes, they are baby
Yes.
daycares,
Yes.
but all of them are dirty. I wouldn't leave my child there. You see, I wouldn't leave my child there.
Yes.
You see, most of the time ideas are even things you yourself are looking for.
Okay. Okay.
You yourself maybe need only that you can't find it. So trust me, maybe several people also. So see, that is very general research.
Yes,
So
yes.
it will help you discover the customer and discover an idea for the customer. You see, it's very general. And then there's this research now where maybe you already have a product.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You want first of all, yes, to discover this product, who is the customer for this product. right? So that one it's around a certain product or service, yeah?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then now you start asking yourself, okay, this product, how do these people perceive it? So you can give them to test, right? Or you can throw it out there maybe at a very good price and ask them start using it. So now for your example of Facebook now,
Yes.
you can use now maybe a promotion where you're saying, I'm doing a promotion. If you buy maybe this, like which oil right now is really trending?
You say oil?
Maybe shea butter.
Okay.
Women really
Okay.
love shea butter.
Okay.
If you buy this Ghanaian shea butter,
Yes.
you buy one, I give you another one for free. Maybe you just want now for that target group for you to get back feedback from them, right?
Okay.
Because you want them to test it out first and get feedback, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see now it's you know your customer, you know the product. Now you want to get feedback from this customer on this. So you see that you're doing it's like you're testing for its usefulness, for its user experience, and then now
You want to get feedback for this particular product.
for this particular product, and then now that promotion, right?
Yes.
You notice. Hey, this promotion is not going the way I thought. I'm not getting the number of people I want,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or it didn't work out the way I wanted. Maybe the colors were wrong and everything. Now you can say, okay. Or maybe it's not even that it hasn't. Maybe you haven't even rolled it out. But now you're the two of you and you're saying, I think color blue is better. I think color red is better. I think putting using these words are better than these
Than
words.
these
You see
words,
now,
yes.
it's like you have two promotion or two promotion that you want to push out, but you're not sure in terms of small things like maybe what the words say, the colors to use and everything. So it's like you have A
And B.
and B.
Okay.
So you say A will be like my control. Basically, we are for A. As we are for A, we've been using A. People even know A. But now let's introduce B.
Yes.
So for some customers, you give them A. 50% you give them A. Another 50% you give them
B.
And then you say, we will see how many people convert from A
To
and how
B.
many people convert to using B. And then you say, okay, I think B is better. We would have preferred A. But from the numbers we have received,
The B is performing
B is better. So you see, it is A-B setting. A is what you had. B is a variation of A. You want to see which performs better. So even like maybe when, you see, it could have been that example of starting with one promotion and saying, it's not working, let me improve it. Now before you even roll it out, give people to test. It's always like getting feedback from people. Then by the time you're saying, let's go with variation B, you've already received feedback from people and you see B is doing well. Now that is A-B testing. Yes.
I think that, was that technical? I don't think so. It was very simple. Like you have two products, you want to get their feedback, but you want to promote A, but still there's a B, right? So you want to get to see if actually your assertion, you're testing
You're testing. You're
Whether-
giving the users here.
Look, sample, tell me which one you.
And you're not even telling them they're involved in a testing.
Wow.
No, you're just giving one unique group A, another unique group B. Let the truths come without even telling them.
Without.
It's not even coerced. Yes.
Yes,
then
you go
make a
and
decision.
amazing. You know, yesterday, and I think that's why it's very key. Yesterday we were last week we were talking about Facebook algorithms, and it's one thing that came out that anytime you're developing content, it's not your content, but the content that your customers
Yes.
or your audience find valuable.
Oh, yes. So important. And I hope at some point before we finish, we'll talk about the mindset you need to have.
Yes.
Even as when you become more user-centric,
Yes.
more user-centered, as opposed to
Me-centered. Yes, I could believe in this product. It's a very good product. I use it all the time.
Yes.
But does my audience feel the same way?
Exactly. Because you're not making it for yourself.
I'm not making it for myself.
Yes.
Man, that's amazing. I hope that is not technical, and I hope that somehow you've got what that means.
Yes.
And this is for people who are doing, Facebook ads. I think that was a plus. Now, time is really gone, and we need to finish up.
Yes.
And because we don't want to finish everything today here, we want to have this conversation going on. We would love you to help us understand when do we conduct as a business. When do you conduct user experience research? On the early stages, when you're starting, when do you When is it applying for you to start?
I'd say wherever you are right now.
Wherever you are.
Yes, because you see, for one person, maybe
Yes.
they don't even have a business.
Yes.
You can start now. There's one who has already rolled out a product out
Yes.
there.
Yes.
You can start right now. By you see, like we said, make it about that user and then getting your product. As
Okay.
simple as that.
Okay.
And then there's one who has already sold out a product. They are preparing to bring in another one. Get feedback first from the first one you sold. Get
Yes.
that feedback first
Yes. Yes.
from them so that you know how to improve the next one. Or even
Okay.
if it's a promotion,
Yes.
Get feedback on the last promotion you did.
Yes.
Right? To improve the next promotion. So that
Yes.
every time it's not just keep always churning out promotions and never learning from them.
From them,
Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
different parts.
Yes. Wow, amazing. And then just as your parting shot, because we need to finish up here, and I believe that we can advance this conversation.
Yes.
We can help people who are, small business owners how to, take advantage of this kind of research. And we're going to dig deep and ask, how much do you, pay for such kind of a research? Is it expensive? Is it something that is within your reach? And I think we can really discuss a lot when it comes to
Yes.
user experience, because I understand it's very valuable, very important
Yes.
to be able to understand your customers so that you also be able to address
Yes.
their needs. Because as long as if you're in business, basically there's a need that you're trying to sort.
Yes.
And that is your customers, the people who are using your product.
Yes.
And so we're going to advance this conversation. But I would not let you to go. Like you said, I would love you to give us your parting shot. And I would love you to talk to us about mindset.
Okay.
Yes.
Mindset.
Yes.
So as a man thinks, so is he.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mindset is very important.
Mindset, yes.
So there is this, let me just talk about fallacies that are there, wrong mindsets that are there about user research and user experience.
Okay.
That for you to do user experience or user research, you must have a designer. It's not a must.
Okay.
Actually, you can have a designer who does not even know what user experience is. So they'll come up with very beautiful designs, but you take them out there. Customers are saying it's beautiful, but they're not buying.
Yes,
You
yes,
see?
yes,
So
yes.
at the end of the day, it's not about, it doesn't need to be technical.
Yes.
It does not need to be technical. It's a mindset, number one. That number one, you want to understand your customer. So can you put yourself in their shoes?
Yes. Yes.
That is empathy, right? Empathize, not sympathize.
Empathy.
Not sympathize.
Empathy.
Nobody wants to be felt
Empathy.
sorry for.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
No. It's empathy. What are their needs? What are their pains? What are their goals? What are their motivations? Understand that, right? So that for us, we normally call that now a persona. It will be like a persona. You develop.
persona,
But
yes.
you don't need even to write. It can just be small notes. And then the other thing, the other mindset, I would say, is a learning mindset. You have to say,
Yes.
yes, I know so much,
Yes.
but maybe for this 1 hour of
Yes.
understanding my customer, I will act as if I don't know anything about my customer. So that your own biases don't come in and you're trying to learn and then this new thing comes and so like maybe a
yes.
designer might start to say, maybe must stop and say, for the person I'm targeting for my designs, maybe I need to stop thinking that red is the best beautiful color, it's the
Yes.
most, it's the loudest color, it's the, it's the one that will call attention. Hey,
Yes.
Safaricom is using green.
Green.
When I see green, I normally know that Safaricom. You see?
Yes.
So put your learnings for a minute, candle.
Okay.
And first of all, say it's like you don't know because you want to learn. The other thing I'd say is small steps.
Small steps.
Small steps.
Wow.
Start with one thing today.
Yes.
And a question I like to ask even the people I work, my clients or even the people I work with is, what impact has your product or your website or whatever had on your customer today? What impact? Just one impact.
One impact.
If today did not have, tomorrow it did not have, the next, okay, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing? So it needs to be, even after customers have gone home with what you sold to them, they're still kind of in a way interacting with you, remembering you,
Yes,
and
yes.
their lives is still being impacted.
Yes.
So small steps, but every day you are making like a tick, you're ticking off.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Small steps, mindset. And wow, I think that's huge. That's huge. Got baby steps.
Baby steps, exactly.
And you talk about learning, you have to be teachable. You have
Yes.
to, they say life is like, it's a learning curve.
Yes.
You have to be always looking forward to what am I learning
Yes.
here? Am I drawing the lessons that necessarily lie now? And I think that's huge. So we want to leave at this point, and you know what, we can continue with this conversation.
Yeah.
And we can spend hours, having this conversation. But we'd really love you to help us even understand what are your priorities as a small business owner, as a person who is doing business. What is important to you? You can ask us questions, you can, and we'll be glad to be able to, give you feedback, interact with you so that you'll be able to understand what your users need. And more importantly, what user research is all about. Again, a kind request, consider subscribing our YouTube channel, Convo, with Dr. Frida and James Wetu. We are so glad to have you. That was what we had planned for you. Again, thank you so much, Angel, for coming and sharing with us your insights.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, and you are most welcome another time. I hope the time we call you, you'll be coming.
I will surely.
Thank you so much from us. Bye-bye. We love you. We appreciate you. And again, consider sharing this content with your friends. And I believe that they're going to be, it will bless them. It will impact how they do their business. Thank you so much.